Hi, DC Wood here. I've just heard the most terrible news. I really don't know what to say. I only just flicked on WWE.com this morning to find out that the Macho Man himself, Randy Savage, has passed away. Died in an automobile accident. I just can't believe it. I'm just the man was an idol. He was just such a good wrestler, such a great entertainer, such a great character. He was a total package. He really was, and for him to be gone, he now joins so many wrestlers who were taken away from us far too soon. I think back when Owen Hart died back in '99, I just couldn't believe it. When Eddie Guerrero died back in 2005, I couldn't believe it. Rick Rude, the Big Boss Man, Crash Holly, Mr. Perfect, the British Bulldog, etc. Yokozuna, all these heroes, all these great legends of mine. How many more are gonna go? How many more are gonna be taken away from us? It's not fair. Simply put, it's not fair. And it's just, I'm hoping now. What I'm really hoping for now is that whatever problem Vince McMahon had with Randy Savage, I hope he finally wakes up and gives the Macho Man what he deserves, a Hall of Fame induction, because the man's deserved it for too long, absolutely too long. Too long. I mean, this was a guy. Let's go back to how. Let's talk about Randy Savage for just a little bit. Here's a guy who was legend from start to finish. When he first debuted in the WWE, at the time the World Wrestling Federation, 1984, I think it was. I could be wrong. He had an absolutely outstanding match with Rick McGraw, and he proved that he was gold in the ring. And when he unveiled his manager, the late great Miss Elizabeth, showed that he was destined for greatness. And so many things, so many great memories the Macho Man has given us, with those wonderful robes, those sunglasses, the cowboy hats, the colours, the catchphrases of "Oh yeah" and "Dig it," all that brilliance, from capturing the Intercontinental title from Tito Santana, holding on to it for well over a year, to going on to WrestleMania 3 with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, at one of the most timelessly perfect matches that I think we will ever see. And of course, winning WrestleMania 4, the championship tournament for the vacant title, beating um, Butch Reed, Greg the Hammer Valentine, the One Man Gang, and then finally Ted DiBiase in the finals, to winning it and holding on to it for a year, teaming up with the Mega Powers, with Hulk Hogan. What a team! That was the equivalent of a Batman Superman team up, really, for fans. And then the Mega Powers colliding at WrestleMania 5 in one of the greatest main events ever, and certainly one of Hulk Hogan's bestest matches ever. And of course, the retirement match with the Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 7, the 1992 SummerSlam match for the WWE Championship that they had was absolutely excellent. Oh God, working with Ric Flair in so many heated psychological bouts. Obviously, WrestleMania 8 comes to mind. To working less, and even after he lost the title, and was focusing more as commentating, working on lesser bouts with Yokozuna and Crush. He was still able to make those bouts so good as gold. And moving on to WCW, with the exception, of course, of Team Madness gimmick in his final years as WCW, everything he touched was gold. Particularly in the later stages of WCW, when he was still having absolutely wicked bouts with and feuds with Diamond Dallas Page. Obviously, the Falls Count Anywhere match springs to mind. Of course, working with Flair again in WCW, being part of the NWO, reuniting with Miss Elizabeth, even though they divorced in real life. It's for all that to be, it's over now. and I just can't believe it. I really don't want to believe it. And to everyone else who hasn't done so already, I really do recommend you get this. When I heard that this was going to be announced, I was over the moon because finally WWE decided to wake up and give a 3-disc collection that honours this man in the way it should. I was so satisfied that this didn't turn out to be a self-destruction of the Ultimate Warrior job. He was given the praise that he deserved. His finest bouts ever were truly collected here, the most important bouts. It's one of the strongest collections from start to finish. It's got so many great additional interviews on it, so many great segments on it. There's very little to fault. I mean, I'm not going to go into a Maria Matt Striker imperfect hosting. I'm just going to say, get this, because it is absolutely essential. It is one of the best collections, best releases that's ever been done. If you haven't done so already, or even if you don't know who Macho Man Randy Savage is, I will say this: you don't know wrestling until you've seen the Macho Man at work. You really don't. So if you haven't got it, get it. For everyone else, I recommend watching it again. That's what I'm going to do this afternoon, because it's one of the only ways I feel I can honour this tribute, honour this man, this absolute legend. Vince, please get over it now. Whatever your heat was with Randy, it's time to move on now. There's no better time to move on and make peace. Put him in the Hall of Fame, please, because so many are asking for it. And listen to what the fans want. Listen. A legend is gone. A childhood hero, an icon, and a hero to many is no longer with us. My fans and fellow friends, my fellow fans and friends, may we all join together and say rest in peace, Macho Man, Macho King, the world champion of all time. Rest in peace, Randy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.